Okay, hey guys, Siren Thunderbolts 1003 here, providing you with a Federal Armor Prizes Model 2 update. So, got the Model 2 painted here in a gray, gloss gray here, and as it does look nice. Went 3 coats on it. I'm still waiting on one more part, which is that piece right there for the holding the bearing on and things like that. But yeah, overall it is painted nice. I'm gonna go over hoping to go over the legs one more time with a can of black paint to make sure they are nicely covered, as I think it just needs one more coat on those legs. And I got the brush holders back in place after giving them a very nice and good clean. And here are the bearings for the thing. This was the bottom bearing. Was a 7015P bearing by Norma, and that is the bottom bearing. Here is the top bearing, which was a good bearing. It was good. It spun a lot. The bottom one, however, was the one that was not too good and was kind of crappy. But yeah, these bearings I meant to look at sooner, but I found the number for them, and they are indeed there we go. They are 87502 bearings, regular Model 2 bearings. This was I believe, the time in the 50s where they switched to the single brush on each side, right here. They switched to a single brush, right there, single brush holder there. Here's the cap. It was pretty tight in there, so I had to take one of these and then basically untighten it. But yeah, I cleaned up the brush holder and it should be good. And I also cleaned up the screws with them too, right there. I cleaned up the screws. Those hold the brush holders in place. And they also do come with armature covers. The Enterprises here has a armature cover. Anyways, you have here's the piece right here that goes on the end of the shaft and holds the bottom bearing in place, keeping it from slipping out. And I cleaned this up too here. That goes onto the chopper on the top, and then this piece goes here, and then the bearing, and then this piece, actually not that piece, this goes on first, and then you basically take this and screw it all the way back on, and then you put those tabs back up and your Model 2 should be good. And this is where it just locks in. So this pulls the bearing up so that it can stay tight with the chopper cap here, right here, the chopper cap, stay tight, and it will keep it from going anywhere, basically. So yeah, just thought I'd show some of this stuff here. I'm gonna look at maybe getting some new bearings soon when I get that, yeah. And I've got to repaint this for a third time, I believe. This has only been the first. Got this off, got the chopper off the armature with the puller a couple of days ago. It was a little tricky, but managed to get it. But yeah, and I'll show you the chopper here. As you can see, my enormous amount of tools laying around from working on it. And what I did to clean up the bolts and everything, I just took a drill bit, a brush drill bit here, wire wheel bit, and put it on a drill, and then I basically just brushed down the bolts until they were cleaned off of rust and stuff. Yeah, so that brush was very handy. I had to buy a new one. That is the new one that's on there right now. The old one was really here it is. The old one really got worn down here. It used to be about that much right there. Used to be, but it worn down so much. And here is my armature right here, and the commutator does have a chip in it right there. Not sure what would be problematic there, but yeah. And here's the field. Tangle of wires with the cracked rings here. I think I have to figure out a way to get that working, but and yes, the brush pretty much got broken on the one side since it was stuck, but the other brush is okay. Anyways, that is all for the update here, and I gotta go because my battery's getting low on my camera here, but yeah, so there's the cabinet I was gonna use but decided not to because it was so inconvenient, like plopping the door up, and it was so heavy with the back panel in there too and everything. I just thought I'd just scrap it and throw it away. And my Multi setup is now like this. Here's the 240 volt breaker box, contactor, and power plug for the air timer right here. I got power going into the coil here for the 110 volt coil, and so I had my had it checked out and got it cleaned up and everything. Works good. I can even show you right here. Works good. And yeah, it works good. Timer there and everything. Works really good. Set for 240. Anyways, that is it for the Model 2 update.